What is up, woke family? It's your boy Woke Bucks, and I'm back again with another live stream. So the topic that I'll be discussing this live stream is in regards to Friday morning motivation. Let's give it up. You feel what I'm saying? Friday morning, we woke up. We're grateful. We're blessed to see another day. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's time to put in that work. We have to put in that pain in order to be able to level up. So let's really talk about this. You feel what I'm saying? Why the wealthy find their purpose and don't waste time. And this is what the average person does not do. And this is what the wealthy does. So if you take these steps, you're putting yourself in the top 1% in order to be able to level up and elevate. The top 1%, aka the wealthy, they find their purpose. And the thing you have to understand about your purpose is that it's going to be very hard for you to be able to find your purpose, if not impossible for you to find your purpose if you're not distracted, right? It's going to be hard, or if you are distracted, I meant to say. If you're distracted, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to be able to find your purpose, for you to focus on the things that you need to focus on in order to be able to achieve that and what you're called for, right? If you're distracted, you're not giving enough time to serving God so he can be able to reveal your purpose for you. And then on top of that as well, too, you have to understand if you don't figure out your purpose, all you're doing is wasting time on this earth. And why should you waste time when you don't know how long you have on this earth? You understand? You have to value yourself. You have to value your effort. You have to value your time. And you have to put yourself in the best situation in order to become successful. That's not going to happen if you don't find your purpose and if you don't stop wasting time. I believe a lot of people have the ability to find their purpose. The reason why a lot of people do not find their purpose is because they're wasting time, right? God gave me 24 hours in one day. If you're spending all your time partying, drinking, smoking, having sexual intercourse with women or men or whatever the situation may be, if you're a man or a woman, how are you putting yourself in the best situation to become successful in the future, right? How are you putting yourself in the best situation to become successful in the future? You're not. And this is my thing. If those are what you want to do, cool. But you have to understand for everything that happens in life that is going to make you to become successful, there is a trade-off that has to happen, which basically means you have to sacrifice certain things in your life in order to be able to become successful. So if you're sacrificing having sex every weekend, sacrifice that. If you're sacrificing smoking weed or smoking cigarettes, put that on the table and focus on your purpose. Figure out what God called you for and just accomplish it, right? The one thing that we have in common when it comes to all of us finding our purposes is that our purpose is meant to put other people at a higher position, which is through serving them, right? So it might be somebody who's less privileged than yourself. Your goal is to be able to make their life better than it was the day before, 2 days before, a year before, right? That's what we're all called for. But for you to be able to find your purpose, you have to get to a point of self-actualization. What is self-actualization? Self-actualization is you figuring out who you are as a person, what you like, what you don't like, and what it takes for you to be able to become productive, and what will cause you to be able to be slowed down. So you have to get to that point of self-actualization. The wealthy have done all of these things. They come to the point of self-actualization. They take responsibility. This is the most important thing I can say right now. They take responsibility over their own life. Majority of the population of the world always blame somebody for why they're not successful. Always blame somebody for why they're in poverty. Always blame somebody for why they could not do what they had to do when they had to do it. You have an assignment for school due at 5 p.m. on a Friday evening, but you blame your mother for distracting you. You blame your siblings for coming to start a fight with you. Take responsibility for why you didn't get those things done. Take responsibility for your life. This is what the wealthy does. You take responsibility for your life and you start achieving. You take action, right? Let's say, for instance, an opportunity is presented within your face. What are you going to do? Are you going to wait 2-3 days to take action on that opportunity and let it slip away? Or are you going to be like the wealthy who take action immediately? They see an opportunity right in front of their eyes. They take action. A lot of people are scared. They live in fear. They have a sense of scarcity instead of living in abundance. Living in scarcity is going to stop you from achieving most of the things that you would have achieved in this life because you don't have a mindset of abundance. Stay locked in, stay focused, start achieving more. This is 2022. Friday morning motivation. What are you doing if you're not putting yourself, if not others, in a position to succeed? It's not going to just happen out the blue. You have to put in the work now. This is your time. This is your chance. This is your opportunity. Get up, thank God for life, and start putting in the pain in order to be able to enjoy tomorrow and live a life of lavish. The reason why a lot of people are going to live in poverty the rest of their lives is because they're not ready to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. Let me repeat that again. The reason why a lot of people are going to live in poverty the remainder of their lives is because they're not ready to be comfortable in the uncomfortable. A lot of people want to become rich, but they're not ready to make the trade-offs and the sacrifices that the wealthy make. You have to make sacrifices in order to be able to level up in your life. It's not going to just happen just because you want it to happen. You understand? There are certain sacrifices you have to make in order to be able to level up, and you have to be comfortable and ready to make the sacrifices. A lot of people talk about, oh yeah, I want to get a new car this year. I want to move out of my parents' house and get an apartment. Do you think it's just going to happen because you manifested into your life? Hell no. You think it's just going to happen because you want it to happen? Hell no. You have to do something different last year than you did, than you're going to do this year. That is going to prompt you to be able to move out of your parents' house. That is going to prompt you to get a new car. That is going to prompt you to be able to buy the jewelry. That is going to prompt you to be able to buy the latest Jordan sneakers or Nike sneakers or Kobe's. Cool. You have to put in the work, and you have to have a plan. That is why I make multiple videos, to be able to motivate people, to tell people you need to put in the work to become the greatest version of yourself. It's not going to just happen because you want it to happen. It doesn't work like that. You got to put in the work every single day. Every single day that you wake up, you should be thanking the Most High God for giving you another opportunity to shine. Every single day. Why not? Why not? Another day is another opportunity to be able to make more money, to be able to live a life of lavish, to be able to become the person that you see yourself becoming 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, especially as a man. Because I don't think men are credited enough for how much work they have to put in. That having to live through that burden of performance. As a man, if you don't perform, you're not seen as worth anything, right? But women, to an extent, have it a lot easier, because the thing is that they're women, right? It is what it is. But you have to put in that work, especially as a young man in the society now. You have to grind. You have to put in the effort, especially if you're in your young 20s, late teens, hell, early mid-teens too, 16, right? The minute you're able to get a job, you want to start to transfer those skills into working, right? Once you work, you save up your money, you invest it into assets that are going to help you build that cash flow. That is your goal at the end of the day. And there's so many things and there's so many ways that you can literally do it in order to become successful. You have to have the mindset of abundance and put in the work in order to be able to level up. It's not going to happen if you don't have the right mindset. So stay locked in, keep putting in the work every single day. There are no excuses. This is 2022. You got to take responsibility of your own life. The reality of the situation is that a lot of people are not going to become successful because they have a victim mentality instead of having a mentality of ownership. You have to have that mentality of ownership in order for you to be able to succeed. It's not going to happen just because you want it to happen. Put in the work. Take ownership and then start putting in the work. Start executing. Don't be scared. I know they taught us in school, if you cheat, right, aka cooperation, you're going to go down. But the reality of the situation is that you see a lot of those people that were in the schools, the teachers, right? Or once you get into college, they're called professors. A lot of them are living lives of scarcity. They're living lives of regret. You think if they didn't have the ability to make more money, they wouldn't do it? Come on now. But they have to lie to you to be able to keep you in this blue pill reality. They don't want you to be woke and see the truth for the way it truly is. So you have to wake up and rise above their mentalities. Rise above their spiritual energies, because the reality is that they're not living lives that they should be living. Why? Because the thing is that they live in scarcity. They don't live in abundance. You want to live in abundance to be able to possess the better things in life, right? Especially if you come from poverty, if you come from living in a poor situation, you want to put yourself in a position in order to be able to rise up and elevate past that. That's not going to happen if you're not grinding. That's not going to happen if you're not asking God to be able to help you, to motivate yourself, to put in more work than the average person will put in. But you got to make these changes in order to be able to elevate. It's not going to just happen because you want it to happen. You got to make certain changes in your life that are going to help you to be able to rise up and level up in your life. But it's completely up to you. It's completely up to you whether you want to change in your life. But understand, the wealthy take responsibility of their life, and they're the ultimate opportunists. So if you don't have that mentality, you're going to live in poverty for the rest of your life. If you understand, it's because you're woke. If you don't understand, you're not woke. This is the way of this live stream. If you like this live stream, make sure you go spam that like button, leave comments, share this live stream with your friends, subscribe to the channel at WokeEbucks, WOKEEBUKS. Tap the notification bell to get all the latest videos that I post. Patreon link will be down in the description below, and so will social media links. So make sure you will give those a check. But without further ado, this is going to be another this live stream. This is WokeEbucks, and I'm out, man.